the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's complete to Adams. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers.
Complete to number 17.
Davante Adams. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Buccaneers, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's Ryan Smith. The lane opens here. He's
take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line.
Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. That is caught at the 7. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Damian Ratley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
That ties the game.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Second and
Brandon,
6.
perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed it.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Jalen Smith in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Here's Rodgers.
And 11.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Going deep this time, and this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes, and the Bucs have taken the lead.
The point is good.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It's caught here by Adams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Jones on the carry.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke a...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. The 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. And this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The left side throw complete to Adams.
Complete.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
9-yard gain on the play.
How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He has already cracked the century mark in receiving in this opening quarter.
And a Packer first down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Aaron Jones.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Buccaneers 21, Packers 7.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Intercepted.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall.
Touchdown, Packers! Josiah DeGuara with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are back within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Packers 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Christian Kirksey came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check. Ozzy.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And his throw is incomplete. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. You remember me? Rip. Let's go, baby. Regular.
Throwing again. Brady is going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, the first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, now Brady. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. They'll go for it. It's Brady. He's going to fire deep for Ratley, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as the Buccaneers tack onto their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Buccaneers 28, Packers 14.
And there's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as a...
It got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers.
Rodgers pass.
Larry Fitzgerald, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Here's Smith to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He's going to fire deep for Ratley. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
3rd down and 9.
Now a play fake. Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Intercepted by the Packers.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It's
more muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Rodgers going to throw. Flush to his right. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 50 yards. Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year, and they've got an opportunity here, 1st and goal. Flushed out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here's Jones. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. He's going to fire deep for Ratley. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And that pick just sets him up beautifully.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be with.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the 2nd half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he will finally be taken down up at the 43. A big run by the big man Fournette. 41 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Going for the deep ball. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Deep ball.
Looks like they went for the combo plate there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Hold the look.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's going to fire deep for. That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14.
21.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, the first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Carlton Davis picks it. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady escaping the pressure right. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. That throw by Brady incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Got an open man. It's Ratley. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
10 yards on the ball.
On second and very short, Rodgers. And now here is another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
By the Packers.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. They go play action here on first down. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Ndamukong Suh picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. The give is to Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A 2-yard gain.
To throw on third down. Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Larry Fitzgerald. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers get a score closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Adrian.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
9-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's another Buccaneers first down.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa.
58, 72. Mike's 58, right there. 53, win now. Hey, check it.
To throw again, Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
45. Packers 28.
And there's been a Terry now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. On play action, now Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Shotgun now for Brady. Looking deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PA. It's now 24. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Ndamukong Suh getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
Jones on the run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers.
Green Bay.
Aaron Jones. 77 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, they tried to get two and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Wait, that 380. Mike, 58, right there. Watch us eat 3 land now. Watch us slam. Hey, 58,
Brady now on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Brady.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Looking back to the air on 2nd down, it's Brady. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. Runs through the contact. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running on 1st down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple. And it's 2nd down.
38-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
from the 38, Rodgers. And he finds Fitzgerald. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Throwing now is Rodgers.
19-yard line.
And he fires one incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones
with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers get a score closer. Well, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Eluding the pressure right, and unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wondered maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The improv act, they're good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Brady. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scotty Miller, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Now this will make it into the end zone. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball.
There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Scotty Miller, 48 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. So what can Brady do here is he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that will be incomplete.
Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
He was covered by
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And my goodness, another interception. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 34.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Brady's throw there complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
29 more yards.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried